to meet him. On the wings of the great speckled bird, she's spreading her wings for a journey. She's going to take by and by, when the great trumpet sound in the morning, she'll meet her
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to the NDP's headquarters, the Democrat House. This morning, on the journey of our colleague and friend, the late John Horne, and his journey to his final resting place, brings us here this morning to the New Democratic Party's headquarters for a short tribute by his friends, his colleagues, his fellow members of the New Democratic Party, his well-wishers and supporters of the New Democratic Party. The tributes this morning, ladies and gentlemen, will be very short and brief. At this point in time, I'd like to bring to the podium our first speaker to pay his tributes to the late John Horne. Please welcome the Honorable Daniel Cummins, representative for the constituency of West Kingstown.
Good morning, everyone. John Clark Horne was more than a friend to me, a man of dignity, integrity, and impeccable character. I had the honor to succeed him in West Kingstown, and history would show that his legacy helped me to win that seat for the New Democratic Party. To all of the people of West Kingstown, we will remember you, we'll remember him in a very special way. And to his family and friends, may the peace of God be with you in the knowledge he has served us well and his Savior. God bless you.
Thank you very much. Please now welcome Major the Honorable Sinclair Leacock, representative for Central Kingstown.
Thank you very much, Brother Colin. Morning all. Morning to all of those who are listening to us in Radio Land. Special good morning to President Friday, past President Eustace, colleagues, friends. This morning is indeed a very solemn occasion for all of us, including those of us from the constituency of Central Kingstown. We were very pleased that a month or so ago, March 14th to be precise, we took the opportunity to honor John Clark Horne before his passing. And we were privileged on that occasion to have present his wonderful daughter, Zinga, and his grandchildren to represent him. And we understood then what it meant to him. On that occasion, we in Central Kingstown described the Honorable John Clark Horne as a good and decent person, a plaque which we saw hanging over his head even when we visited him later. This morning, on strict instructions from the constituency of Central Kingstown, we add to the good and decent person the expression beautiful. And we read, as we borrow from a book of inspiration, everything from a dewdrop to a mountain is the bearer of beauty. And yet, beauty has no function, no utility. It is its own excuse for being. It greases no wheels. It bakes no puddings. It is of guilt of sheer grace. It must imply behind things a spirit that enjoys beauty. Look thy last on all things lovely, every hour. Nothing in human life, least of all in religion, is ever right, but it is always beautiful. John Clark Horne, we honor you, a politician's politicians. And we're even more pleased this morning that in your arrival in heaven, you are received by none other than Honorable Eddie Griffith of Central Kingstown, then East Kingstown. May God and light perpetual light continue to shine upon you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Arnim Eustace.
Good morning. This is a very important day for me and for the people of this country. We have lost someone who, by the outpouring that you've heard over the last few days, meant a lot to all of us. John Horne was my friend. I hate to see him go, but I know it is the Lord's will. And I also know that he's gone to a better place. You know, when I looked at John over the years to see what he has done and what he has meant to people, none of us here can claim the love that has been shown to him by so many thousands of people in St. Vincent and Grenadines. As he leaves us here, I say to him, God be with you. You have done well. You have fought the good fight. And you will be rewarded more than any of us here can say. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the old guard of the New Democratic Party, former parliamentarian, please welcome now Mr. Marcus de Freitas.
Good morning to everyone. I recognize that it must be brief, so I'll try to say it in a few words. John Horne could be described as being eloquent, humble, caring. He was a good friend, and I'm really sorry to see him go. I visited him a few times, and I was hoping that he would have recovered so I could have a better conversation. Nevertheless, he's gone, and I remember him for his kindness, gentleness, the caring. He had time for everyone, and he was comfortable at all levels of society. May God richest blessings be on him. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I welcome to the podium President and leader of the New Democratic Party, the Honorable Dr. Godwin Friday.
Good morning to everyone. Morning. This is a solemn occasion, but it's a beautiful moment for all of us who knew and loved John. Because this place here, Democrat House, John helped to build, literally and figuratively. It is fitting that he comes here among his friends for us to say farewell from this place. His legacy will continue to strengthen us in the New Democratic Party. And it is an important legacy that I wish to just note one aspect. There were those who would say that in politics you have to be a certain way. You can't be decent. You can't be kind. You can't be caring. You can't love and show it. John proved all of that to be wrong. Because he was a successful politician, an outstanding representative of the people of West Kingstown and the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And he did it being the same person that he always was. It is an example that I hope to follow. We are very grateful to have known him, and we will all have our reminiscences of our time with him. I too had hoped, having visited him, that he may recover and be here a little while longer with us. But when we saw him, we knew that that was unlikely. I too will miss him, because I got to know him at a time when he was essentially out of politics, active politics. Although I knew him briefly before, I got to know him better when he had more time to sit, reflect, and to give advice, which I always took seriously. I want to thank you all for being here today. I know it was very short notice, but we had to make sure that we got John to come through this place for one last time. He will always be in our hearts, in our memories. He will always infuse this place with his character, with his contribution to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of the tributes here. Of course, this is just another step in John's final walk to his resting place today. On behalf of all the members of the New Democratic Party, present MPs, present members, past MPs, past members, and of course, supporters, friends, and colleagues who are all gathered here today at the New Democratic Party's headquarters to pay our final respects, we say thank you very much. Of course, the next step will be in his journey, in his final resting place today, will be at the House of Parliament for viewing as the entire nation comes together to pay their final respects. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being here today, and let us continue to remember our brother, the Honorable John Horne, in his legacy today. Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who would like to pay your final respects, of course, he is here. We encourage you. And then, of course, he will be leaving to head to the House of Parliament. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. You can make your way around the casket. And, of course, the General Secretary will help to coordinate that, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much this morning. Check. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you will come this way, pay your respects, and you would exit out of the side door. Thank you very much.